Hello dear children, today we are back again with our exercise 11.4 as we have already completed up to exercise 11.3 of chapter 11, that is algebra. So today we are going to start exercise 11.4. Okay, now the thing is, in up to 11.3 there were some operations using different variables. Okay, here also we have to do the same thing, but here in the form of problem sums. Okay, so let's read the first question. Take Sarita's present age to be y years. Okay, in question number 1 it is written, what will be her age 5 years from now? Okay, so let's write it here. Sarita's present age is y years. Okay, now in the first question it is written, what will be her age 5 years from now? Okay, so after 5 years what will be her age? Means her age will be 5 years more than her present age, isn't it? So after 5 years her age will be, at present her age is y years, so 5 years later her age will be y plus 5 years. Very easy. Now in the next question it is written, what was her age 3 years back? So 3 years back her age was 3 years less than her present age. Very easy. So 3 years back her age was y minus 3 years. In the third question it was written, Sarita's grandfather is 6 times her age. What is the age of her grandfather? Okay, so I will write it here. Sarita's grandfather is 6 times of her age. 6 times of her age. Her age is y years, so 6 times of y will be the answer. Therefore, Sarita's grandfather's age is 6 times into y, 6 into y years. So our answer will be 6y years. Okay. Now in question number 4 it is written, grandmother is 2 years younger than grandfather. What is grandmother's age? Now what is given? Sarita's grandfather's age is 6y years, which you have already found. Now it is written, Sarita's grandmother is 2 years younger than grandfather. So Sarita's grandmother is 2 years younger than grandfather. So Sarita's grandmother's age two years less than her grandfather, isn't it? Her grandfather is 6y years old, and from this 2 years less, this will be the age of her grandmother. Okay, so 6y years was the age of Sarita's grandfather. Sarita's grandmother is 2 years younger than her grandfather, so minus 2 will be the age of Sarita's grandmother. Okay, now let's come to the next sum. Sarita's father's age is 5 years more than 3 times Sarita's age. So let's do it. I'm rubbing these two sums for getting some space. So it is written that Sarita's father, it is question number 5. Sarita's father's age is 5 years more than 3 times of Sarita's age. So here I will write Sarita's age is equal to y years. It was written in the question. Now it is written Sarita's father's age is 5 years more than 3 times of Sarita's age. So first we will find 3 times of Sarita's age is equal to 3 into y, that is 3y years. 5 years more than 3 times of Sarita's age. This is the age of our father. Okay. Therefore, we will write Sarita's father's age is 3 times of it. So how to write? 5 years more than this. So 3y plus 5 years. This is the 3 times of Sarita's age. Sarita's age is y years. 3 times more of it is 3y years. And Sarita's father is 5 years more than 3 times of her age. So 3y was the age of 3 times of the Sarita's age. And 5 years more than this is completely Sarita's father's age, that is 3y plus 5 years. Okay. Now let's come to the next sum. In the next sum it was written, the length of a rectangular hall is 4 meter less than 3 times the breadth of the hall. What is the length if the breadth is b meter? Okay. Now it is written, the breadth of the hall is equal to b meter. Now it is written, the length of the rectangular hall is 4 meter less than 3 times the breadth of the hall. So first let's find 3 times the breadth of the hall is equal to 3 into b meters, that is 3b meters, isn't it? First we have to find what is the 3 times of the breadth. After that we will just find the length, because the length is 4 meter less than 3 times of the breadth. Okay. So therefore the length of the hall is 4 meter less than 3 times of the breadth. Now 3 times of the breadth is already found, that is 3b meter, and 4 meter less than this means minus 4. Therefore the length of the hall will be 3b minus 4 meters. So what have you done? First the breadth of the hall is b meter, it is written. Then it is written 3 times of the breadth of the hall, from it minus 4 will be the length. Okay. So first you have found what is the thrice of the breadth, that is 3b meters. After that the length is 4 meter less than 3 times of the breadth. So it was the 3 times of the breadth, and from minus 4 will be its answer, because 3b minus 4 meter is the length of the rectangular hall. Now let's come to the next sum. In question number C it is written, a rectangular box has height h meter. Its length is 5 times the height and breadth is 10 centimeter less than the length. Express the length and the breadth of the box in terms of height. So the height of the rectangular box is equal to 8 centimeter. Now its length is 5 times the height. Therefore the length of the box is 5 times the height, means 5 into h, that is 5h centimeter, and its breadth is 10 centimeter less than the length. So we have already got the length by multiplying the height by 5. Therefore, the breadth of the box is 10 centimeter less than length. So here we will write 10 centimeter less than the length. The length is 5h centimeter. So 5h was the length of the box and 10 centimeter less than this will be the breadth of the box. So in terms of height, we have got length and breadth both. See, in case of length also, we have represented length with the help of h, means with the help of height. And in case of breadth also, we have represented it with the help of h, means with the help of height. Okay, this is what in the question it was written, that express the length and breadth both of the box in terms of height. Okay, so using height only you have found the length and the breadth, because the length is 5 times of the height, that is 5 into h, you have already found 5h centimeter, and the breadth of it is 10 centimeter less than the length. Now the length is already found 5h centimeter, so 10 centimeter less than this will be 5h minus 10 centimeter. This will be the breadth of the box. Okay, let's come to the next sum. Now in question number D, it is written, Meena, Beena and Leena are climbing the steps to the top of the hill. Meena is at step S. So let's write it. Meena is at step S. I am just writing it for my convenience. Now it is written, Beena is 8 steps ahead and Leena is 7 steps behind. If Beena is ahead, means Beena has gone earlier. So Beena is 8 steps ahead and Leena is 7 steps behind. Okay, so Beena is going faster than Meena and Leena is going slower than Meena. Okay, now in the question it is written, where are Beena and Meena? Okay, as Beena is 8 steps ahead, therefore Beena is at step S was the step of Meena. Beena is 8 steps ahead of it, so S plus 8 step. Beena is ahead of Meena and Leena is behind Meena. Okay, 7 steps behind, therefore Leena is at step behind, means she has gone a smaller distance. Okay, so S minus 7 will be our answer. Here Leena is staying. Okay, 7 steps behind Meena. Meena is at step S. So 7 steps behind Meena means S minus 7. Leena is at step S minus 7. Now in the question it is written, the total number of steps to the hilltop is 10 less than 4 times what Meena has reached. So Meena has reached at S. Now the total steps are to the hilltop is 10 less than 4 times what Meena has reached. Now 4 times of Meena's step is 4 into S, that is 4S, and 10 steps less than this. 10 steps less than 4S will be equal to 4S minus 10. Why I am taking 4S? Because it is written that total number of steps to the hilltop is 10 less than 4 times what Meena has reached. Meena has reached at S. 4 times of Meena's step was 4S. 10 step less than this means 4 times of Meena step, that is 4s, is 4s minus 10. It is the question that express the total number of steps using s. So this will be the total number of steps. Therefore, the total number of steps is 10 steps less than 4 times of Meena step, that is 4s minus 10. Very easy sum. Okay. Now let's come to the next sum. So here in this question it is written a bus travels at v km per hour. V km per hour means it is traveling in 1 hour v kilometer. Okay. Now the bus travels at the speed of v km per hour means the bus is traveling in 1 hour is equal to v kilometer. Okay. It is going from Dashpur to Bispur. So let's write Dashpur to Bispur. I am writing D for Dashpur and B for Bispur. After the bus has travelled 5 hours, Bispur is still 20 km away. What is the distance from Dashpur to Bispur? Express it using V. Now there is a little bit trick in this sum. First of all, the speed of the bus is given, that is V km per hour. So let's write the bus moves at a speed of v km per hour. Okay, means in 1 hour it is traveling v kilometer. Now it is written it is going from Dashpur to Bispur, and after the bus has travelled for 5 hours. So this was the speed in which bus was traveling. In this speed only the bus has travelled 5 hours. Okay. So the bus has moved already 5 hours. So let's write the bus travels in 1 hour is equal to v kilometer. It is written v kilometer per hour means in 1 hour it is traveling v kilometer. Therefore, the bus travels in 5 hours. It is also written that the bus has already moved 5 hours. Okay. So in 5 hours, how much distance it has moved? Let's find it out first. So 5 into v kilometer, that is 5v kilometer. So the bus has travelled 5 hours and it has travelled 5v kilometer. Okay. Now in the question it is written still 20 kilometer is away from Bispur. Okay. So from Dashpur to Bispur it has started traveling. The bus has travelled for 5 hours and it has travelled already 5v kilometer, because in 5 hours the bus has travelled 5v kilometer. So it has reached here because still 20 kilometer left. So I am just assuming that this much distance is 20 kilometers. So what will be the total distance? 5p kilometer in 5 hours it has already travelled, the bus has already travelled. Still 20 kilometer left means this part. So what will be the total distance? Very easy. From Dashpur to Bispur is 5v plus 20 kilometer. Isn't it? The bus has travelled for 5 hours and with a speed of v kilometer per hour. Means in 1 hour the bus is travelling v kilometer. So first we have to find that in 5 hours how much distance it has covered. So in 5 hours it will cover 5 into v kilometer, that is 5v kilometer. Still after travelling 5 hours 20 kilometer left. So 5p kilometer was the distance which the bus has already travelled. After that also 20 kilometer left. So 5p plus 20 kilometer is the total distance of Dashpur to Bispur. Okay. Just see these sums again and again for understanding. Now let's come to the next sum. Now in this question it is written, change the following statements using expressions into statements in ordinary language. For example, Given Salim scores R runs in a cricket match, Nalin scores R plus 15 runs. In ordinary language, Nalin scores 15 runs more than Salim. Very easy. Whatever it is written in the question, we have to rewrite it in our ordinary language. Okay. Now in the question it is written for the first one. A notebook costs rupees P. Let's write a notebook costs rupees P. A book costs rupees 3p. 3p means 3 into p means 3 into the price of one notebook. Isn't it? 3p means 3 into p. Therefore 3 into the price of a notebook. Isn't it? So how can we write in ordinary language? The price of a book is 3 times the price of a notebook. Am I clear? Now the cost of notebook is rupees p and a book costs rupees 3p. So what will be the price of the book? 3 times of the price of the notebook. Therefore we will write the price of a book is 3 times the price of a notebook. Am I clear? Because the notebook costs rupees p, the book costs rupees 3p. 3p means 3 into p, that is 3 into the price of a notebook. So in ordinary language we will write it in this way. The price of a book is 3 times the price of a notebook. In this way we can write. Let's come to the next sum. In question number B it was written, Tony puts Q marbles on the table. He has 8 Q marbles in the box. So let's write the Tony puts Q marbles on the table and 8 Q marbles in the box. So how can we write it? Now 8 Q marbles means 8 into Q marbles means 8 into the number of marbles which was put in the table. Okay, so we will write the number of marbles which Tony puts on the table. Am I clear? Now 8 into Q, it was written, it was the number of marbles which was kept in a box. Okay, so here we will write the number of marbles in the box is equal to 8 into Q, means 8 into the number of marbles which Tony puts in the table, because Tony puts Q marbles on the table and 8 Q marbles in the box. Okay, Q number of marbles was there on the table, so 8 into Q means 8 into the number of the marbles which Tony puts on the table. So this is the number of marbles in the box. I hope you can write it yourself in ordinary language. So write it in ordinary language just like the previous one. Okay, now let's come to the next sum. In the next sum it is written, our class has n students, the school has 20 n students. Okay, here our class is containing n students and total number of students in the school is 20 n. So let's write it. Our class has n students, total students in school is equal to 20n. Okay, now how to do? 20n means 20 into n means 20 into the number of students of our class. Am I clear? So this is the total number of students in the school. So how to write it? The total number of students in school is 20 times of the number of the students of our class. In this way we can write. So as I have already discussed, I hope you can do it yourself. Okay. So write in ordinary language. For this one also it is your homework. I have already discussed that the total number of students in the school is 20n. 20n means 20 into n, and this n is the number of students in our class. So 20 into the total number of students of our class. This will be the answer of this question, and you will write it yourself. Now let's come to the next sum. Jaggu is Z years old. His uncle is 4Z years old and his aunt is 4Z minus 3 years old. Now what to do? Let's write it first. Jaggu is, or Jaggu's age is Z years. Okay. Jaggu's uncle's age is equal to 4Z years. Jaggu's aunt's age 4Z minus 3 years. Okay. Now what to write for Jaggu's uncle and Jaggu's aunt? You can easily say Jaggu's uncle's age is 4 times of Jaggu's age. So let's write it. Jaggu's uncle is 4 times of Jaggu's age 4Z, and Jaggu's aunt is 3 years younger than Jaggu's uncle. Am I clear? 3 years younger than Jaggu's uncle means Jaggu's uncle was 4Z years old, and minus 3 means 3 years younger. Am I clear? Jaggu's age is Z years. Jaggu's uncle's age is 4Z years and Jaggu's aunt's age is 4Z minus 3 years. So Jaggu's uncle is 4Z years old means 4 times of Jaggu's age, and Jaggu's aunt is 4Z minus 3 years old. So Jaggu's aunt is 3 years younger than Jaggu's uncle. This much only. Now let's come to the next sum. In this question it is written, in an arrangement of dots there are R rows. Each row contains 5 dots. Now let's write the total number of rows are, okay, and each row contains 5 dots. Now, how to write it? I hope you can do it yourself. In an arrangement of dots, there are 5 R rows and 5 dots are containing in each row. Now, I hope it will be done by yourself. This will be your homework. I hope you can do it yourself. So, already this type of sum is already done in exercise 11.2. I hope you have understood at that time. Now also you will be able to do that. Okay. Now, let's come to question number 3. Here the question. Munnu's age is X years. Can you guess what X minus 2 may show? Okay. Can you guess what X plus 4 may show? What 3X plus 7 may show? In this question it is given. Okay. Now what to do with it? In the hint it is given, think of Munnu's younger brother. So whenever we are getting the year, first let's write the Munnu's age is X years. So X minus 2 years will be Munnu's younger brother's age. Am I clear? Since it is given X minus 2, so it is less than X, means whoever the age will be here, whose age will be here, it is written X minus 2, it will be the age of Munna's someone who is younger to Munna. Am I clear? So here it is written that it will be the age of Munnu's younger brother. Now it is written X plus 4 and 3x plus 7. Now what to do with this? Now for this one, for X plus 4, this is the age of the person who is 4 years older than Munnu. Okay, so let's write the age of the person who is 4 years older than Munnu. X plus 4 years. And for this one, this is also the age of the person who is older than Munnu, and by how much? The age of the person who is 3 times, or you can write 7 years more than 3 times of the age of Munnu. In this way we can write 3x plus 7 means 3 times more than the age of the 3 times of the age of the Munnu plus 7 years. So 7 years more than 3 times of the age of Munnu. In this way we can write for writing this 3x plus 7 years. Okay. Now let's come to the next sum. So question number B will be your homework, and question number C, it is written the total number of students who like football is N, and the number 2n will indicate what? We have to find it out, and the number n by 2 will indicate what? We have to find it. Okay. Now what to do? 2n is such a number which is twice the number of the students who play football. Okay. And n by 2 is the number of students which is half of the number of students who like football. And in the question it is asked that we have to find in any other way who likes what, any other game other than football. So we can easily find the number of students who play cricket is twice the number of students who play football. Okay. And for n by 2, the number of students who play tennis, suppose I am taking tennis or I am taking badminton, anything we can take. The number of students who play badminton is the number of half of the number of the students who play football. So you will write it yourself. I have already discussed it and you will be able to write it yourself. So today up to this class, in my next video we will be starting at the exercise 11.5. Till then keep practicing, and if any problem arises don't forget to mention that in my comment section. Bye everyone.